Hello, my fellow alchemists. My name is Nigel, and you have found my alchemy. Today we are going to delve into your love life. We're going to be doing lost love, past love, present love, which meaning you're in a relationship right now that you want to learn about, or future love, meaning you may not be in a relationship right now, but you're looking to see what's coming into your life. So your sign will be separated into 3 categories. Just click on the timestamp that is applicable to what you want to know. I'm probably going to separate these readings into air, earth, water, and fire, because I don't want to make it too bulky as an upload. Okay, we'll see what we end up with here at the end, but we're going to start with your past, move on to your present, and delve into your future. I will see you on the other side. Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your lost love reading. Let's get started. You do have the building blocks here, overarching your connection with this person. That's really nice. The number 4 or 40 can be relevant somehow in this connection, but this card represents all elements, right? And it also sort of is indicative of a very strong, heavy, multi-lifetime connection. You have engagement ring here, and yes, this could be an indication that you were engaged, but at the very least there was some sort of commitment here between the two of you that you both sort of engaged in or felt. Right now your partner, their unspoken words is that they are still very much attracted to you. Here in your collective past, you have the Hierophant coming in off balance a little bit. And as we know, the Hierophant does represent Taurus. And so the Hierophant also represents commitment, right? It also represents possible marriage. And for it to come in off balance in your collective past, it means that the commitment was off balance. There was something not right about it. Maybe it was the wrong time. You have here one person with the, let me pull these cards up for you. You have 2 people here, right? One who is represented by the Sword of Truth, the Ace of Swords here in reverse, and one who is represented by the 8 of Swords. And these are 2 representations of people who, they're just not in the mind space capable of giving to a connection, right? You have somebody with the Hierophant coming in sideways. It's waffling, right? Waffling between committal and non-committal, right? With the Sword of Truth here, it could be that one person was not completely honest, or at the very least, it could be that one person didn't see the truth for what it was, right? And the other person sort of felt bound, sort of felt stuck, maybe felt like they were stuck in a connection where they couldn't get through to the other person. There's all sorts of stuckness here, but it's definitely not fertile energy for a commitment. But the great thing is what you both really desire and desired is clarity. Clarity was not to be found in your past connection. Here in the present time, you have the Knight of Wands, which is like a mutual attraction, right? But once again, it is not the right moment for this, because you have one person who is working on things here. Their attention is elsewhere, and it's not that they're working on a different relationship. They look busy doing other things. And then you have another person that is not in the mind space here with the Magician in reverse to manifest. It's non-manifesting energy, but what you have as a collective energy is the 4 of Wands, which is the happily ever after. It's really what you both want. It's what you both want in general out of life, right? And I like that your collective energy for both these slots is the Queen of Swords and the 4 of Wands. Beautiful clarity and happiness, right? Can't get any more simpler than that. Here in your future, I really like this for you. You have the Death card, and the Death card is Scorpio energy for sure, but More than that, it is death and rebirth. It's the death of an old way of doing things, an old way of doing things that didn't work, and the rebirth of something brand new. You have two people here, right? You have the Three of Wands and the High Priestess. That is Piscean energy. But you know, more than that, we have someone who is willing to plan, someone who is willing to manifest here on the left. And on the right, you have the High Priestess, somebody who is using their intuition finally, someone who is using their inner guidance to guide them towards this connection. And what you have here, it is off center, but you have your Ace of Cups, and that is a collective energy that you both share. It seems as though this connection will always have its ups and downs, but there is something here, because look at these cards as collective cards. I mean, you can't get any more beauty than that for a collective energy. I really love this for you here, Taurus. This is nice energy, but it looks like it's not easily won. It looks like it's not an easy connection, but it's well worth it, right? If that makes sense. It's definitely well worth it. Your past looks, I mean, it looks like you may have butt heads in the past. It looks like you were on different pages in the past. It looks like the interesting thing is you both had this commitment in mind. You both had this clarity in mind, but you just sort of missed the mark in your past. And in your present, it's not the right moment. One of you is actually both of you are not where you should be to fit together like two puzzle pieces. It's not ready. It's not ready. It's not done cooking yet. Give me 2 for Taurus here. Give me 2 for Taurus. Yep. Love this. You have 3. All really good cards, might I add. You have higher self being activated, action, courage, new beginnings, and little detours, but fate nonetheless. This is a fated meeting. It's a fated relationship. It is a fated relationship. I'm going to pull a timing card here for you, Taurus. Give me a timing card for Taurus and their lost love, please. Give me a timing card for Taurus and their lost love. It looks like something is brewing here in August, and it says April. So what you have here is something that might actually start here very lightly in August. But I would say by April here, Taurus, you're going to have some sort of commitment. And you know, when I say that, it doesn't have to be a ring per se, but it is a commitment nonetheless. It is a commitment that you're both striving for. It is a commitment that you're both fully able to give to. It's a commitment that both your higher selves will be activated. New beginnings. It is a fated thing. I use the word fate. It is a fated, it's your destiny. This person is your destiny, Taurus. I really like that for you. I really like delivering good news, because God knows I've delivered some bad news during the series. I will see you next time, Taurus. Namaste. Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your current situation. And this is for people who are in a current situation and want some input on that particular situation. If you're looking for someone who you've lost, somebody from your past, then definitely listen to your lost love reading. If you're looking to just figure out if you're done with the past, then you want to see what new things are coming into your life, definitely click on your future situation. Okay. All that said, let's get started. Now, the overall vibe between the two of you, it says confessions of love, right? So there is love here between the two of you, Taurus, for sure. It looks like one of you has a history. Now, it says history, the past happened. This could be history that you have with this person, or it could be history. Sorry about that, my doggies. It could be history from this person's past that's sort of getting in the way of the connection. It does say open your eyes. So this person needs to open their eyes and really see things for what they are, and not perhaps for what happened in their past with other people. It could be you or the other person, or it could be that this person needs to give this relationship a fresh start and not think about how the past affected their present. Now, what's interesting about your particular reading is that you're the only sign that shows not one, not two, but three cards. So there seems to be a lot here in the past, Taurus. So this is either someone who you have a past with, or this is someone who has a lot going on in their own past. Actually, both of you. So if you guys don't have a history together, then you both have a very colorful history as two individuals. So let's look at this. You have the Chariot. And so what there is, that is Cancer energy, by the way. And this is somebody really wanting to move forward in this connection or move forward with their life. You have the King of Cups, and this is a person who, this is a person who is very emotional, male or female, feels what they feel on a very deep level, is emotionally available, very mature. And then you have the Nine of Wands, which is it's definitely it's somebody who has been through a lot in their life, and they are kind of like the wounded warrior. Being that you have three cards that came out, I think there are two groups of Taurians I'm speaking with here today, and I think that if you have a past with this person, it was heavy. You have a heavy past with this person, a very, very long, heavy past. If you don't have the group number two, if you don't have a past with this person, then, there was one of you that was wounded very much in their past. And no matter how much they wanted to get past it, at least in the past, they really couldn't. You have one person who was very happy in this connection, for sure, Leo energy. And then you have one person who may have been a little standoffish and guarded with this. They might have waffled between being guarded and being open, and very imbalanced in that way. Either way, the two of you were not mature enough for the connection that you both wanted. Now, that doesn't mean you were too young chronologically. It could mean that you or your partner had been through so much that they honestly had nothing to give. They weren't ready, right? It could very well be that this relationship had a bad start. Things were stacked against this connection in the past. When we move to the present time, your overarching energy that you both share is the Hermit in reverse. So the two of you collectively may have gone inward and really studied what happened in the past, or studied your lives individually to find out where you may have been at fault, how you have to mature. You both may be in that phase right now. For sure, that is Virgo energy. Now, one of you is definitely in limbo at the moment. For one reason or another, they feel stuck. They kind of feel like they're making a sacrifice at the moment. The Hanged Man is it's a pause. In this reading anyway, I'm really taking it as a pause. You have another person here who is trying to be strategic, but they're kind of looking like they're waffling between being strategic and being clear. Being strategic and being clear. Very, very ginger and very carefully trying. There's one person who feels stuck in a situation. It's like almost like being stuck. It's a pause. And then you have another person who is really trying to tentatively guide this situation. The two of you, there may be some distance between the two of you, either emotional distance or actual physical distance between the two of you. It is a time of growth. It is a time of introspection. It is not a time of particular happiness. It's not miserable, but it's definitely not roses and rainbows. Here in your future, what I really like, Taurus, is you do have the Six of Wands, and everybody knows this is a card of victory, right? And with that wand energy, it's passionate victory. You have these two energies colliding between the two of you, right? You have joy and celebration, and someone eagerly and honestly working on this connection. And that is really good. Victory, joy, let's work together. Beautiful energy. The only little hair in the potato salad here is that you may have some competition. There may be other people vying for this person's attention in the future. I don't see someone else actually coming in between the two of you, but I do see that there's other people interested in your person. Now, I forgot to mention on this side, we did mention that the person on this side, there's a history that was an impediment to this connection. On this side, you have someone who may listen. It says gossip, but I do think they may listen to the people around them a lot about the connections in their life. You have people around you or them, Taurus, that may even mean well, but their input is not helping the situation, and balance and patience are needed. Instead of trying to get the answers from outside the connection, you need balance and patience within this connection to nurture it. I don't see this as a bad connection. I don't see this as an easy connection, and I actually believe your past lost love was similar. Not easy, but worth it, because you have that victory card, right? And for all I know, maybe your lost love is your present love. At least for one of you, that might be true, because it seems like those two readings are definitely similar. They're a little similar. You have great. You have one person who is ready to receive, right? And then you have one person who actually has, and this, I really think it's this person. There's past memories here on the table, either past memories from your connection that may get in the way unless they're talked about, or past memories from their life that they suffered bad things at the hands of perhaps other people that they're trying to get over. This is either you or your person. But I do think that this relationship, if given enough time, patience, you have to open your eyes to see exactly what's there in front of you. You have this confession of love that you both share. I mean, regardless of what else is going on, there is that. You have the love there. And once you have the love, all you need then is the patience, the balance, and the communication to see this through. And it does say something's going on next week between the two of you, and it says sooner than expected. You know, I really think that this, for some of you, okay, not for all of you, nothing is true for all of you ever, but for some of you, this reading is definitely connected to your past love, lost love reading, for sure. There is something going on as we speak between the two of you. I do think it is something that is, and it says within 3 months, see, there is something going on as we speak between the two of you. It could be the beginning of something. It could be talking stages of something. It's sooner than expected. You're going to see progress here. And within 3 months, I do think something is going to break in this situation. When I say that, I mean it in a good way. There is something good that's going to happen. If you're going through a tough time currently with someone, or you're perhaps at a distance from them, feeling alone, feeling lonely, feeling, that is going to slowly break up. It is happening now. You can speed this along by doing exactly what I told you to do. Have patience with this person and yourself. Strike a balance in the relationship to where it's not off balance. Open your eyes to the truth. Try to sort out history. History is a big part of this reading. Wow. I really wish you... I'm going to pull one more. I'm going to pull one more for you. I'm in the mood to pull more cards for Taurus. Give me one more for Taurus, please. One more. You have, don't let your pride get in the way, Taurus. Not you. It says full moon in Leo, but I have to tell you, there is very few people on the planet more prideful than a Taurus. I know, I'm a Taurus moon. I understand. Okay. Don't let your pride get in the way. Don't let people get in the way. Don't let history get in the way. Just forge onto this victory card. Okay, Taurus? Namaste. Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your future love reading. What's coming towards you type thing, okay? We have here, open up your heart. It says it will attract love, more love, right? So if you have your heart sort of closed off, or if that's been the case for a while, it's time to open up your heart, open up your mind, definitely being in reception mode. You have the sign of Aquarius here on the table. You could be attracting an Aquarius, and you have to keep in mind also that the full moon in Aquarius is in August 19th, and that full moon could be very pivotal in this situation, but we'll do a timing card here at the end. But Aquarius is highly aspected in this reading for sure. As far as descriptions go, you have resting bitch face. So you have someone who may not show, honestly, what they're thinking. When you look at their face, you may not be, or that maybe they might come off pretty intimidating in some way. You have somebody here with green eyes, so definitely look for that. You have a blusher, so for those of you where this applies, you have somebody who really does enjoy wearing makeup. If that applies to your situation. Now, you do have curly hair, and when I see this, it kind of brings up a story. I was doing a reading like this for someone, and they did end up meeting exactly who I described. And they said there's only one thing that, they don't have curly hair. And then as time went on, it wasn't much time. It was maybe 3 weeks later. They messaged me and said, you know what's really weird? I realized that the night I met this person, they had curled their hair. Their hair was curly that night, but they didn't have curly hair normally. And their hair was pinned straight, but that night it was curly. So this, just keep that in mind when you see someone. It doesn't mean that they were born with curly hair, right? But curly hair is on the table for a reason. When you meet this person, they may have curly hair, they might enjoy curling their hair, or they may have been born with curly hair. Here in your collective past, you have the Queen of Pentacles inverted, and that is usually an indication of collective instability. The two of you may have trouble, I'm not going to say a troubled past, but you might have been coming from a place where things weren't particularly stable, whether you or they were in an unstable relationship, unstable monetary situation. There's something unstable here. One of you in the past may have been through something that dented their confidence in some way, or their abundance, because you have the Empress here in reverse, and the Empress is indicative of Taurus, Libra, and Aries, depending on what book you read. But definitely an inverted Empress is someone who either lacks abundance or lacks the confidence, and it could have been temporary. Somebody who went through a traumatic thing and they lacked confidence in their past, or it could have been somebody, like I said, who perhaps went through some money problems in the past. And you have somebody, the other person here, who was unable to sort of balance their life correctly, and this could have been substance abuse. This could have been a chemical imbalance. This could just be temporary sort of depression type thing. You do have the Lovers as a collective. It's coming in sideways too. The Lovers as a collective energy, and the Lovers is a choice. So the two of you collectively didn't make the choices that you needed to make in your past. It is Gemini energy, by the way. But more than that, the Lovers could also represent you didn't find the relationships that you wanted in the past. Like, you may have gone through relationships and it just didn't, it didn't mesh. Here you have, in the present moment, you do have the Moon in reverse. And, the Moon in reverse, at least in this deck, there's a few moons in this deck. And this particular one is very illuminating. So when you have the Moon in reverse, it's an illumination. You guys are presently, right now, collectively going through some sort of revelation. You may be going deep internal with something. You may have an aha moment. There's stuff going on for both of you right now, even though you probably don't know each other. But you have one person here who is seeing the truth, maybe perhaps for the first time in a long time, and the other person who is facing some sort of pain or disappointment and trying to get over that. Collectively, the two of you, at least present time, may be at some sort of a crossroads, right? Now, what I like about this, Taurus, I think that so far, honestly, this is your third reading, and I've done the air, I've done fire, and you're the first earth. And so far, you've had the best 3 readings, just so you know. You have here in your future, you have the sun, which is beautiful. It's gorgeous energy. It is warm. It's inviting. It's summertime. It's joy. It's just joy, right? So you go from the Moon in reverse, which is an illumination, to complete illumination here in the future. You have one person here who gets their confidence back in spades. I mean, this is the Queen of Wands. This is a beautiful man or woman who knows what they want. They go after what they want, and they're very confident. And you have somebody here who presses forward. This is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is moving forward to a really positive situation and doing it very quickly. And here, once again, you have the moon coming in sideways. So in the future, you're going to be taking your time getting to know each other. The moon coming in off balance like this is you're not going to have all the answers right away. But I think this is part of the allure here. You're going to slowly find out about this person, and they're going to slowly find out about you. What I find interesting in this reading is you have the moon coming out 3 times, and you also have the sign of Aquarius. And that points heavily to some of you experiencing some movement here during the full moon on August 19th. So let's pull some timing cards for you. Give me a timing card for Taurus, please. It says May. At the bottom of the deck, it says February. So you have the month of May and the month of February. This very well, I mean, listen, this might be birthdays because Aquarius is a February sign. One of the months for Aquarius, and May is for, you know, one of the months for Taurus. This very well might be your birthdays, May and February. I'm going to, let me pull one more from the bottom of the deck. It says in the summer, and it says this week. So you, things might be unraveling here. Things might be slowly winding towards each other, and it might be happening as we speak. And it does say in the summer. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to pull one more timing card here. I do think these are birthdays. I really do. I feel that very strongly. Just give me one more note of clarity here. It does say next month. Very soon, Taurus. All I can say is very soon. And this might be for different Taurians out there. But you do have something special coming into your life. And it's very, 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 very soon. I'm going to take 2 of these cards. Give me one. Give me one for each person, please. Give me one for each person in this connection. One more. All right, I'll take 3. All right, so you have somebody that is trying to heal their inner child, or someone that needs to heal their inner child, and it looks like they are trying to heal something. You do have an expression of truth here, and I like that because it looks like when you guys do get together, you're very honest with one another. And it does look like there is something here that is a sort of something from someone's past. It says contracts, commitments, until debt tear us apart. That is Saturn energy. That's also Aquarian energy, by the way. But this is something, it looks like, from someone's past that they're trying to, it looks like they're trying to figure this out, because you do have the Queen of Pentacles here in the past, and that sort of lines up with everything that I said here. There may be one of you, either you or the other person, that is still dealing with something, some commitment that they made, a contract of some kind that they had in their past that they're trying to clear up now. But I have to tell you, your future, Taurus, looks amazing. So definitely look for someone with blonde hair. Definitely look for someone, if you're attracted to people who wear makeup, look for someone who wears not just lipstick, but makeup in general. They enjoy it. Somebody with curly hair, at least at the time that you get together with them. Somebody with resting bitch face, right? Somebody who can be a little on the stoic side to other people. I wish you all the best, Taurus. You guys have really good readings. Namaste. Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your lost love reading. This is for someone who you were with in the past, who you might be interested in seeing once more. We have what's guiding this reading here is passion, and this is something the 2 of you share. This is a fire energy. The number 14 or the number 5 might be relevant somehow to you in this reading. You're both very passionate people. And it shows here in the seduction card as well. This is attraction, flirting, dating, you know. There may have been some third party interference in this connection. And when I say that, it doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, a love triangle. It could be there were forces outside of this relationship that caused it to end. Either way, you have a very seductive type of situation, and when you met, I bet the sparks definitely flew. Now this person is feeling for some reason that they were a distraction from your pain. They may feel that they were a distraction to you. Yeah, I mean, I'm not feeling that that's actually true. I'm just feeling that that is how they felt or feel. That they were nothing more than a distraction, that you were going through whatever you were going through. There is somebody here who may feel a little used in this situation. What I'm going to say someone a lot during this reading, and it's really up to you, Capricorn, to place yourself where you need to be placed. Here in the past, what you both shared was unhappiness. Maybe when you met, you were both in an unhappy place. Maybe you were unhappy with former partners. Maybe you were unhappy with certain aspects of your life. You have one person here in the end who felt they were better off alone. And you have one person here who did not want a new start in this connection for some reason. You know, this also could be a card of someone who was very interested in financial stability, right? And the other person maybe couldn't provide that. That's a possibility as well. But there was one person who felt at the end of the day that they were better off alone, and the other person felt that they could not get this new start with their person that they wanted. What guided you both away from each other here was the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune turned and you both ended up in different places. Now, what I notice about this right away is that there are two major arcana here, very important cards, very karmic cards. So it's almost as if, Capricorn, you were drawn together for a higher purpose, but you were also pulled apart for that same higher purpose. You were meant to meet, and you were also meant to part during that time. Here in the present moment, you're both experiencing some sort of a death. When I say that, it doesn't have to be as dramatic as it sounds, but you're experiencing a rebirth. It could be a rebirth of feelings for one another. It could be, and because this is shared energy, this isn't one of you, this is both of you. It could be a rebirth of shared energy, shared love. It could be a rebirth of their or your life could be in flux and changing at the moment. You have two people here, one of them going very introspective during this time, and the other one truly wanting to come forward. You have Cancer and Virgo energy very prominent, more major arcana. This is a very important connection, especially with this death card. One of you is looking to move forward and maybe break the silence, and the other is going introspective and really, really going deep inside. But the shared energy that you feel is this feeling of finally being unstuck. You see clearly, the blindfold is off, the swords are gone. You now see what it is you want. Here in the future, you have the Four of Wands. I mean, my God, you watched me deal the cards, right? These weren't cards that I planted. You couldn't ask for a better outcome. This is the Four of Wands. This is the 1111 card. This is your future, if you so choose it, Capricorn. Everything at the end of the day is a choice. Now, one of you is feeling a little off kilter here. You do have the Empress coming in sideways. This is, it depends on who you speak with. It could be Aries, Taurus, or Libra energy. But the important thing here is that she is fertile. And one of you is going to waffle in the idea of this fertility. Should you move forward and have this abundance with this person? Should you not? It's very, very clear what someone actually wants, but it's going to be a choice. The sideways cards are always choices. So one of you is struggling. in the future with this, but my God, such great cards. The other person is finally coming out of some sort of financial issues that they may have had, or maybe this card could be coming out of that feeling of being abandoned. There may be someone in this connection that felt abandoned, but that is inverted, you know, and here we have another choice here, and this is the collective energy. The last card is the Sun. The last card is the happiest card in the deck, Capricorn. And the last card is yet another choice. If you hold on one second, I'm going to turn the light on, and I keep forgetting to do this, and it drives me crazy because by the time I realize it, the reading's over. Yeah, so you have here, you know, the Sun coming in as a possibility, and my God, look at this, 2 major arcana again. This is a very strong connection, Capricorn. This is it's a fated connection. It is something, it seems as though the two of you had to part to grow, to turn, you know, to go from this to this and even this. I mean, look at all these major arcana. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 major arcana. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Give me 2 here for Capricorn, please. Give me 2 for Capricorn. 2 for Capricorn, please. 1 and 2. There you go. Someone is dealing with their shadow side, and the other is maybe clinging to a comfort zone. This may have been something that happened in the past. You have the moon, and you know, the new moon in Aquarius, the full moon in Aquarius this month is sort of wreaking havoc on people in many ways, but you do have this dark night of the soul. I do believe this is in your past. I do believe one of you went through a dark night of the soul. One of you may have been clinging to some sort of comfort zone that was already present in their life. It was the wrong time. This is the classic situation of the right love at the wrong time. Give me a timing card for Capricorn, please. A timing card for Capricorn, a long time. And then you have sooner than expected. It may have been a very long time since you have seen this person. It may have been, but I think something's going to happen sooner than expected, and it could happen as quickly as next week. But one of you has to break the silence here. One of you has to take that step forward. There is one of you one of you may have felt very abandoned in this connection. One of you may have felt like they were a distraction to the other. Maybe the other was going through something. And I don't feel that's accurate. I really don't. But I do think that there were misunderstandings here in the past. There was a need for growth here in the past. Both of you are actually doing a lot of growing as we speak. There's a lot. This death card is a very heavy, potent card. And here in your future, you couldn't ask for a nicer future, but there are choices here. And your choices and their choices are going to mean everything in this situation. So if you want this, Capricorn, it can be yours. Just make the choice. I'll see you next time. Namaste. Hello, Capricorn. This is somebody's current situation. I would think that this reading is a warning for someone. If you don't see your situation in the situation I'm about to describe, either check your other placements for your story or check your future placement if this does sound familiar to you. See what is coming into your life. I have to admit, Capricorn, I'm almost done with earth signs. I still have a Virgo to do, and I do have water signs to do, but everything else is done. And this is the first reading I have gotten for current situation that's a warning. I've gotten a few for future situations, but not for current. Of course, it crossed my mind not to do this, but I do think this, when a reading like this comes up, it's super important for me to post it, whether people want to hear it or not, or whether it applies to the majority or not. So I think someone needs to be warned. I really do. So with all that said, let's get started here. The overall energy between you and someone else is immediate action. So there is immediate action that needs to either take place, or perhaps someone, the overall vibe of the coming together was sort of immediate. It says eager on there too. So someone may have been very eager in this situation. Now I'm going to say someone a lot, and it's up to you, Capricorn, to place yourself in the slot you belong in, because it's going to be different for each Capricorn. But I have to tell you, there is somebody here who is insatiable, right? Someone has an insatiable quench for the other. Someone has sort of anchors weighing them down as well. This grip could be an addiction. This grip could be from something else in their life that's not an addiction. It could just be another person. It could be a job. It could be the grip of a certain way of being. Honestly, there is somebody in this connection that is thirsty for the other. There is somebody in this connection that is the same person is in the grips of something that weighs them down. On the same side, it does say pay attention to red flags. It says know the warning signs of what an unhealthy connection looks like. So this obviously, Capricorn, is an unhealthy connection. Here on the other side, you have somebody who is very, very intuitive, telepathic. It says alien. This person obviously may have Aquarian placements, but even if the person doesn't, this person is an extremely intuitive human being and may sense that there is something not quite right with the other person. It does say third-party situation, and it says other people may be interfering with this relationship and dimming its full potential. But, a third-party situation can be a love triangle, but it also can be someone that's in the grips of something, right? Someone who's in the grips of addiction, someone who has some sort of narcissistic quality, perhaps, that has them in its grip. There is something outside of this relationship between the two of you that is interfering. And there is one person in this connection who is a walking red flag. Okay. You have here in your collective past, you have the world in reverse. Now, it's very possible, Capricorn, that this connection is carried on from a past life. Okay. There could be a karmic tie here. Karmic ties aren't always pleasant, by the way. It could be a karmic tie. At the very least, in the past, there was some sort of thing that led you together. I mean, there just was. I feel it more than I see it. I feel this sort of, bonding over something. It could be trauma bonding. That just entered my mind. But you have bonding over pain, right? You have this Three of Swords in your collective energy. One of you may not realize what a good union feels like, right? One of you may waffle between understanding what the Two of Cups feels like and not understanding. It sort of looks dysfunctional, right? Someone has a dysfunctional view of what a pairing should be. And the other of you may have been actually doing okay by themselves in the past, but there is this Three of Swords, another 3 card, right? There is a Three of Swords that comes as a collective energy. And I'm looking at these swords and I see 3 completely different swords. If you look at these swords, they're very different. One of them is extremely different. And I do think that there is a third energy in this situation that encroaches on whatever good there may be. You have in the center card, and this is your present moment, you have the card of Capricorn in the Devil, right? Now, the Devil obviously could mean many things, right? It could simply represent Capricorn. It could represent toxic behavior. It could represent someone who, actually, this is from Dante, isn't it? The devil is an automation in this photo. In this deck, there are a couple of different devil cards. There is someone who is, all right, this is a collective energy. So one of you may simply be a Capricorn. Obviously, you are a Capricorn. And one of you may be, honestly, in the grips of something. I keep going back to that. There is a toxic binding to something negative. You have one person here who understands the healthy exchange and getting ahead and understands what that work means. I really believe it's probably the same person here who would have been fine by themselves too, right? Was doing okay by themselves. But here is the devil again. You have another person who is, and you can see they're bound to something toxic, right? They're bound. This binding, like I said, could be an addiction. It could be a psychological problem. It could be narcissism. It could be sadism. It could be something. Whatever it isn't good. It is a red flag. And here, collective energy, the King of Cups in reverse. There is no pure love in this situation, okay? Something, and I do believe it is one person, is infecting this situation and making it something different. There seems to be a lot of passion here as well, but there is something lacking that's very important. Here in the future, you have the Emperor, and that is a really good card, generally speaking, but it is a power card, right? So the two of you may, if you stay in this connection, okay, it's the card of Aries. And by the way, 3 major arcana for this connection. Important. It's important. The two of you may vie for a power position here because it is collective energy. You could see each other as a power couple, but I think it's a false narrative because one of you has aspirations in the future of walking away and may do just that, and the other may feel a sense of being stuck in that situation. But either way, you do have communication that does not happen, a needed communication that does not happen. This is definitely this is definitely a toxic tie, Capricorn. And like I said, if this is not you, don't make it fit. Definitely don't make it fit. Go please check your other placements because your reading is there. But this needed to be said. It needed to be posted. Give me 2 cards for this connection, please. Give me 2 cards for this connection. You have comfort zone, and you also have Pluto. You know, Pluto is moving through Aquarius right now. I did mention the sign of Aquarius. You know, you might be dealing with an Aquarian or somebody with heavy Aquarian placements. And if that's the case, Pluto was moving through that sign, creating a transformation. If that is not the case, Pluto is the great equalizer. Pluto comes in and pretty much tears down whatever it is that is not built on stable ground. Very tower-like energy. It is death. It is rebirth. There is someone that may be clinging to a comfort zone. There is someone that it may be a codependent type situation. There is somebody that may be clinging to a way of being or an addiction or a behavior that doesn't serve them. I don't think that's needed. I was going to pull one of those cards, but I honestly don't think that's needed. I am going to pull another card, though I really feel drawn to. Here, I'll pull one of these cards. I haven't done this actually for anyone else, but this is a very different kind of reading for someone. It really is. Give me 1 card for Capricorn, please, in this situation. Spirit. You have Cancer. It says nurturing, sensitive, caring. One of you here, Capricorn. One of you is an extremely nurturing human being, and I said that, very intuitive, very caring, and you may, and I say you because I do believe for the majority of people listening to this, you are the alien. You are the one with the with the intuitive nature. You're the one that's caring. You may have drawn to you a negative energy here. That's what happens. This really open, caring, intuitive energy will sometimes draw to it something that is kind of laden with negativity and toxicity. And it is up to you, Capricorn, to make this choice for yourself, okay? I wish you the best. I really think that perhaps you should listen to your what's coming message, if this is your reading, so you can see what's possible for you. I wish you the best. Namaste. Hello, Capricorn. Let's see what is coming towards you. You know, up front and center, you do have the pregnancy card. This could be predictive for you, of course. You could be meeting someone who you will start a family with. You could be meeting someone who has a ready-made family. But many, many times this pregnancy card is possibility. It's pregnant with possibility. I really like that for you. You do have Mercury here, front and center. And as we know, Mercury has been in retrograde the whole month of August, pretty much, right? I think it leaves retrograde around August 27th, but at least for the first week of September, we'll still be feeling that. So that could be predictive as to timing, right? We could also be predicting a Virgo or a Gemini coming towards you, but we'll see that when we do a timing card here towards the end. We do have somebody that looks like they have long hair or longer hair than you're used to being around. It's going to be something that you notice. A long hair, this person will have some sort of a scar. It doesn't mean they're going to be disfigured. It could mean that as you're speaking with them, you'll notice on their hand they have a scar or a tiny little scar on their face. It's going to be something, it doesn't have to be something outrageous, but you're going to notice a scar somewhere. It's going to be someone with blonde hair or lighter hair, and it's going to be someone with very high cheekbones. So you can look out for that. Here in your collective past, you do have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. And what's interesting here is you do have two people that are really putting a lot of thought into what they want. And collectively, I think you both came to the decision that you really would like to share your life with someone else. It's not a necessity, but you really would enjoy that because one of you is toying with the idea, asking themselves, what is happiness to me? And you notice all these cards are sideways, which means you're both, at least in your past, and it could be your recent past, questioning what it is you want. You know, what is happiness to me? What is security to me? What is strength to me? I like that collective energy. It is an energy of contemplation and trying to figure out what it is you want, right? Here in the recent, you have the moon in reverse. And when the moon's in reverse, generally it shines a light on something, right? What was sort of foggy and unclear becomes clear. It also could represent the full moon in Aquarius that we're experiencing this month. It could be very pivotal. You do have one person here who is doing pretty well by themselves. I don't think they want to be by themselves. You do have the same card in reverse here in the past, but you do have someone that is doing okay by themselves, and you do have someone that may be coming out of a very difficult time. A difficult time could be anything. It could be a past breakup, it could be a job loss, it could be just a difficult time in general, but they're coming out of that for sure. And you're both being extremely strategic as to what the next step is. I think that you, Capricorn, and your person are both trying to be extremely careful about your next decisions. Perhaps your decisions in the past didn't bear fruit. Perhaps your decisions in the past got you in certain situations you don't want to repeat, but you're both really putting a lot of thought into that. Now, here in your future, And by the way, the moon could represent Pisces or Cancer, depending on which book you read. It is Neptunian energy for sure. So Neptune can be, we look at things with rose-colored glasses, right? Things aren't extremely clear. And it's in reverse. So that's a really good card to have in reverse many, many times. Here you have in your future, you do have the card of Pisces. You could, definitely could be dealing with the Pisces. You have Leo here on the table. You have Taurus here on the table, and Pisces and Cancer, along with Taurus, Libra, and Aries. Okay. Now, here in the future, you have the High Priestess in reverse. And this could be coming to terms with the truth, right? The High Priestess knows. She's very, very intuitive. She shares her truths. This could be somebody keeping the truth to themselves. In the future, the two of you might be skeptical of one another. I think this might come from old wounds. This might come from past hurts. This might come from people disappointing you. There's nothing wrong with that particular energy as long as it's not lingered in and it doesn't become a phobia of sorts. But you do have one person who is afraid to work on things, and you have another person who is afraid to plan for the future. This is temporary energy, though, Capricorn, because the bottom line, the last card, the collective last card, is the Hierophant, which is definite a contractual. I mean, listen, this could represent marriage for sure. I'm sorry about that. That's my dog. But this is a situation that's going to go through a little bit of a judgment phase between the two of you. You're going to be judging it. You're going to be figuring out whether you can trust it. And you're going to come to the conclusion that you can, and that this has long lasting potential. And that is the reason I pulled 3 clarifier cards, just to really drive this point home. Because here you have 3 cards, all in the upright. You have the Empress, which is the card of abundance, right? Pregnant. She's pregnant with abundance and possibility. You have the 3 of Cups, which is the card of joy. And you also have the Hanged Man in reverse, right? The Hanged Man in reverse is coming out of that contemplative energy, right? The contemplative energy that you have to go through collectively with each other to get to the point of this joy and this abundance and this commitment. So this is a good reading, Capricorn. It's just a reading that you're going to be very strategic, very careful, and honestly, so are they. And I think you're both on the same page that way. It does say in September, and at the bottom of the deck, it says a long time. And you may have been either alone for a long time or in a situation in the past, okay, that you were in a long time that bore no fruit, or that led you down a path and it wasn't a very good path. And honestly, both of you maybe have been in this situation for a long time. But I'm telling you here in September, and it's kind of driven home by this, I think when Mercury comes out of retrograde, there is a very strong chance you're going to meet this person. I don't think you're going to meet this person and drive off into the sunset 2 weeks later. I do think you're going to take your time, and I think they're going to take their time. And being that you're both on the same page, I don't think it's going to be a huge problem because I don't see discourse here. I see very careful steps, and there is nothing wrong with that. But the end result, as you can see, especially with these 3 cards, the end result is commitment, is abundance, is joy. So take your time, Capricorn. This is pregnant with possibility. Namaste. Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your Lost Love reading. This is a reading for someone inquiring about something that they've lost in the past, that they're interested in finding out if there is any possibility of this person coming back, or what would happen if they did come back. Here you have the biome overarching your connection, and I this is a good sign, right? The biome is a very earthy type, grounded energy, and it does represent a connection. The number 44 or 8 or 4, honestly, may be relevant somehow to this connection. But yeah, there is an obvious connection here for sure. You have the palm tree representing the situation as well. And I don't know if you noticed when I was dealing the cards, it did come out in reverse. Generally speaking, I don't read these cards in reverse, but I just wanted to mention that to you. It does say stability, security, performance, growth. It is the card of stability for the most part. And there may have been some stability lacking in this connection. And, the person that you're inquiring about does think of you a lot. It says so many things remind me of you. So you are in their thoughts for sure. Here in your past, you do have the 10 of Pentacles. And, the 10 of Pentacles is generally a very good card. The only reason I'm reading it a little bit differently is because it is collective energy. It does come under the palm tree that came in reverse. And the cards that follow are generally, it's just not conducive to a positive thing. So in your past, you may have had problems with long-term stability. Money may have been a problem in this connection. Stability may have been a problem in this connection. Looking at the connection and seeing long-term growth may have been a problem for both of you at one point or another. You have one person who was extremely defensive, definitely. Maybe a lot of arguing went on. Maybe they felt defensive. Maybe they felt like they were defending their position on something. You have another person here who may have been caught in a lie with the 7 of Swords here in reverse. A lie may have come to, maybe they realized something was a lie. Maybe they themselves lied and the other person had found out, but there was a lie uncovered in the past here. And as a result, the collective energy was the Knight of Cups in reverse. The sort of taking back of an original offer. There was an offer here for long-term something that was sort of revoked, right? So here in the present moment, you do have the Death card. And the Death card in this particular depiction of it, this deck has two, is definitely a rebirth of some kind. It is definitely the end of something of some kind too. Both of you presently are going through some sort of transformation, and it's going to be different for both of you, and it's going to be different for all of you. But you're both in this transformative energy. One of you may be going through a breakup as we speak, honestly, with this Taurus energy here in reverse. You may have been going through, somebody be going through a breakup. Somebody may be in the process of letting go of some long-held dogma or belief that was indoctrinated within them by their family. So it's a transformative time. The other person is using this transformative time to work on themselves, work on their life, right? Overall, it is a peaceful time. It is a peaceful time of getting, one person letting go of definitely letting go of something. There's one person in this connection letting go of something. It's either something within themselves, or it could be a relationship that they're in. The other person is letting go of something and deciding to work on something. But it is a fruitful time. Even though one of you may be in pain at the moment, it's a fruitful time. It's a time that's going to bear fruit for both of you in the future. Now, here in the future is where there's a little bit of a problem. You do have, representing this connection in the future, the 3 of Swords. Obviously, it's an infamous card. It is the card of Gemini in this deck, interestingly enough. You do have Scorpio here on the table. You have Leo here on the table. You have Taurus here on the table. But aside from all that, you do have this 3 of Swords representing a possible future. Now, this is if you decide to pursue this, or if you even have the chance to pursue it, because I don't see that here. I can pull a timing card and in the end to see if that's a possibility. But the truth is that this is a collective energy. This would be a bad thing for both of you in the future. And I don't like delivering this because nobody wants to hear it. But I'm going to always say what I see, right? So this way, my good readings, my positive readings have absolutely no value unless I deliver readings like this, right? And this might not be your situation. And if you don't see yourself in this reading, then let it go and go look at one of your other placements for lost love. And your reading might be in there. But definitely, Virgo, if this is your reading, definitely listen to your future reading, which I'm going to do after this. But in any case, back to this, you have the Three of Swords representing your collective energy here in the future. As a result, one of you is no longer waiting for this connection or waiting for things to change, and one of you really wants to heal. This was apparently a painful parting or a painful situation, and one of you is will be definitely in the healing phase, and the other will be at least letting go of the thought of recapturing this. And here is the message of love that is not sent, that is withheld. So this is not, I don't see a bad guy here. I don't see, a narcissist, versus a good guy. I don't see all that. Sometimes I definitely do. I just see two people that are in, that had something at one time that if they try to recapture that, I don't think it will be the same, Virgo, okay? So let's look at two. Give me two cards for Virgo, please. 1 and 2, okay? There was an attraction between the two of you that was extremely hard to deny. Mars energy for sure. Obviously Mars energy can be can be Aries energy. I believe we saw Aries in here somewhere. But the point is that there was a very strong attraction between the two of you, and that might be part of the reason why you guys rethought letting this go. But self-care is needed, and I really believe that I said that you guys are going to be thinking about yourselves and how you care for yourself and getting over this 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords moment, and stop waiting for it and move ahead to the future type energy. This death energy is truly a death and rebirth in the classic sense. I will pull, I don't see a timing card being necessary here. I just don't. If you choose to go this route, and this is indeed your story, I don't think you can expect a different outcome than what happened. So if you'd like to look to the future to see what you have coming towards you, definitely click on that link. Big hugs, Virgo. Namaste. Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your what is coming towards you type reading. Okay. Interestingly enough, the first card we pulled, if you watch the shuffle and the layout, was the yes card. And Spirit wants to make it extremely clear that no matter what is said during this reading, this is a yes relationship. Okay. You have Mercury here being pulled. That's sort of an energy overarching the reading, and it does rule Virgo, but it also rules Gemini. So you keep that in mind. You might have a Gemini coming into your life. You may have someone with Virgo placements. That obviously could be you. But what also this could represent is the Mercury retrograde that we're experiencing for the full month of August, right? It's ending around August 27th, but we will feel the remnants of that the first week of September as well. So that might be a timing thing, but we'll pull a timing card at the end. So this way we'll see if that connects. What they will look like is you have somebody here that will have blonde hair. The hair will be wavy. I like to tell a story on this. I had somebody I did a reading like this for, and it said curly hair. And he came back to me and said, well, everything was true except for the curly hair part. You know, she doesn't have curly hair. She has straight hair. And then as he thought about it, the night that they met, she curled her hair. So while this person may have naturally wavy hair, or they might wave their hair, and they might have wavy hair on the night that you meet or the day that you meet, you have the age range of 27 to 45 as far as an age. And you do have high heels, and this obviously isn't going to apply to all of you. It will apply to some of you, and keep in mind the high heel thing could be just what they are wearing the night that you meet or the day that you meet. And I keep saying night for a reason, and you might meet this person at night. I don't know why I keep saying night. Or they might enjoy just wearing high heels, you know. If this is somebody who would never wear high heels, you know, a certain type of male that would never wear high heels, perhaps this male really enjoys high heels. High heels come into this for some reason, some way, somehow. Okay, so let's look at your collective past. Your collective past, you do have here the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands in this deck is represented by a woman. I kind of like that. It doesn't mean that my readings are general. My general readings are genderless, okay? But I do like that about this deck. Anyway, you have, you know, in your collective past, you may have, you know, had some passionate interludes with certain people. You have somebody you have one person in Cancerian energy with the Chariot moving forward. And when you mix the Cancerian energy with the Knight of Wands, this could be someone who is a bit of a player, not in a terrible way, but maybe went through a few relationships looking for what they wanted, what they needed, and didn't find it. I don't see any bad guys in this relationship, by the way. This is why I'm kind of clarifying it that way. And then you have someone who may have been coming out of a situation where they were severely breadcrumbed. The collective energy here at the bottom is kind of interesting. You have two cards coming in sideways, and this is choices, right? Choices that the two of you made as a result of this past energy. You have one person who waffles in their strength, this Leo energy, sort of waffling back and forth, being strong, not being strong. And then you have somebody who is very slow to make a judgment call on the whole thing. But they're both major arcana, and this is this past energy for the two of you was sort of pivotal, right? You were figuring a lot of things out about yourselves, figuring out a lot of things about what happened so far in your life and the changes you'd like to make. Here in the present moment, you have the Justice card, Libran energy, right? But one of you could be facing something to do with the courts for sure. But many of you, honestly, both of you, and when I say many of you, I mean both parties are trying to find balance in their life. They really are. I like that the Justice card in this situation here, I like the way it's depicted. It's really kind of cool. You know, she has a shield, she has a sword, and she definitely is weighing things and has her scales. Lady Justice, male or female, but both of you are trying to find balance in the current moment, trying to balance things out. One of you, both of you might be facing a legal thing in court. It doesn't have to be a major legal thing in court. It could be something, but it's something pertinent, right? Maybe it's the remnants of a divorce. Who knows? But you have one person here at the moment who is trying to figure out what their next move is. They may be kind of confused about what to do next after this whole thing is over with. You have another person in the moment right now who isn't really keen on being in a relationship anymore. Maybe something happened in their past to sort of sour them against that in the moment, okay? But both of you are in this sort of working energy. One of you may be working on themselves, one of you may be working on their lives, but it is a card of dedication and working towards something, and you share that, okay? So here in the future, very interesting. And I can see why Spirit put the Yes card out first, right? Because that Yes card was out, I definitely pulled more cards towards the end of this reading. You have one of you here Virgo, who in the future is going to have an Ace of Cups type attitude. My cup is full. My cup is ready to be shared. I believe in love, right? Even though this happened to me, I'm coming out of that and I'm ready to share my life with someone again. And then you have another person who may feel a little lack. And when I say that, I mean lack of confidence, right? May feel a little differently in the future. Maybe this person may need to help that person because this person does want a connection, does want this connection. More Gemini energy, by the way. This person does want a connection here, right? And will make a decision based on that want. And both of you will, in the end, move into this Queen of Wands energy together, right? The Queen of Wands is confident, gets her confidence back, he or she, assertive, highly passionate, right? Attractive. You're both move into this together, but you're coming from two different worlds, two different past issues. You're coming from what I do like that you're sharing this Justice card presently, but in the future you're going to be coming together from two different ways of thinking. Now here, if you look at this, what you both want is this stability, right? This Queen of Pentacles. You want the stability that you agree upon, right? Here in what these are the things that have to be worked on, and they're coming in sideways for a reason because they're individual choices, right? You both have to decide what it is you want from a relationship. What makes a relationship great? These are things that need to be discussed. What's the plan? What do we want to manifest together? These are sideways cards. But what I really like is the last final card. It is the card of wish fulfillment. It is, Virgo, a yes card. Okay, it is a yes card. It doesn't look like this connection is something that is going to be like, well, you meet this person and, you know, right away you start planning your life together and it's like a hand in a glove and everything's just happy, happy, joy, joy. No, it doesn't look like that. It looks like you're both coming from individual pains in the past, individual letdowns, individual triumphs, and you're moving into a place of, okay, I have to figure this out. I have a lot of decisions to make. I'm a little confused. I don't want love. I do want to work on myself though, and that's really healthy energy. And in the future, trying to figure out with these sideways cards, okay, we're together. We found each other. Now let's figure out what these answers are. What do we want out of a relationship? The communication will take place. What do we want to manifest together? We both agree that we want stability, but what does that mean to us? Everybody has a different definition of what that means, right? In the end, you're going to find what it is you seek from this person. It is beautiful energy, Virgo, and it's waiting for you. Give me a timing card for Virgo. It says in a few weeks, and yeah, that would be about the time Mercury stops crapping on us. And it does say in the spring. So between a few weeks and a spring, and it's all going to be different for each Virgo out there, but between a few weeks from now and in the spring, you're going to be presented with this person. You're going to be presented with this choice. Do you take it? I mean, I would take it. I think this is a really nice energy. I really, really do. I think this is something that whatever work you have to do, Virgo, will be worth it. It will bear fruit. That is the wish card in the deck. That is getting what you want. That is a yes card. I have done, Virgo, this is actually the last earth sign reading I'm doing, and then I only have water signs left, and you're the only one who chose the yes card, who we actually pulled out for. So this is a yes, but your choices are going to matter, and these discussions are going to matter, and of course you are the ruler of your destiny. So choose wisely. Namaste. Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your current love situation. This is for people who are in a relationship or have already met someone and they're trying to determine the future of said connection. Okay, so the energy that ties the two of you together that you share is the need, the want to make progress, to step forward, to do the right thing with each other. I really like that as a shared energy. Beautiful. I have to say, glancing at your cards, this is a great reading. And when I do readings like this, it puts me in such a good mood that I really enjoy doing them. And you should know that not everybody has gotten these readings. Some people have gotten pretty, warnings, not so good endings. So it's not like everyone's going to walk away happy, but you should, because this is a really pretty energy. Okay, so you have one person here who believes that the other is their twin flame. Whether that's true or not is beside the point, to be honest with you. You can look this up on the internet if you really want to know more about actual twin flame relationship. But I can tell you that whoever believes that this bond is true, that this bond is real, and that this bond is really strong. And that's the important part here. And this person that believes that Spirit is asking you to express your love. If this is you, Virgo, if this is not you, if this is your partner, then perhaps you can encourage them to express themselves more. Now, the other person isn't far behind. It's pretty much on the same page, because the other person believes they have found their soulmate. And it does say, yes, this person is your soulmate. This person, it says access granted, has granted you access, or you have granted them access to your soul. What pretty energy. I keep using that word pretty, and I don't use it very often, but it's just it's beautiful. All right, so here's your past. Now, this past could be a shared past, or it could be two individual pasts that we're talking about. But what you had in common here is that you have the Magician here in reverse, and the Magician in reverse on this deck, let me see if I could show you. Now, in this deck, the Magician, we have two Magicians. We have two of a few major arcana. And this Magician, as you can see, is manifesting by himself. He has all the tools at his disposal. He can manifest things. This is in reverse. So individually or even together, you may have felt an inability, and they may have felt an inability to manifest the life that they wanted or that you wanted in your past. One of you may have felt jaded from past relationships with this Queen of Cups in reverse. And the other, I have to tell you, there is someone in this connection that actually is a master manifester. Somebody, and a lot of people believe that this is the sign of Virgo. Some people believe it's Gemini. Some people believe it's Aquarius. It depends which book you read, right? But the bottom line is, one of you is most definitely a master manifester, has a gift for it. And the other in the past was a little jaded by love. But what you did share is the quest for truth. You both wanted something true. You wanted something real. You wanted something beautiful. And you aren't going to settle for anything less than that. Now, in your present moment, you do have the Nine of Pentacles here in reverse. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is generally a very good card for independence, for wealth, for abundance. And it's generally a card of having this by yourself. And being that this is in reverse, I really believe that you both have come to the conclusion somewhere inside that you don't want to experience life, manifestation, or abundance alone. You want to share it with a partner. And you have one of you, and I believe this is the manifester, honestly, one of you really wants to press forward very quickly in this connection. Okay, we found each other. Let's just go. Let's do it. And the other, at least in the moment right now, is a little bit more subdued and hasn't quite made that decision yet. Maybe it is the past hurts that have, made them a little slower than the manifester, who seems to know, right? And so your new road is on hold. This is coming in sideways. This is the Fool. The Fool energy is a new road. It's being, lighthearted and trusting the universe. And there is that is put on hold, but this is temporary energy, Virgo, because your future is just beautiful. You have the Magician again in the future. And as you can see, he is upright. And not only is he upright, he's not alone, right? He's manifesting with someone else. And this someone else is now a part of him. And they are manifesting together. And this is a beautiful energy for a union. You have the person that you have, this Queen of Cups that was in reverse, has turned into a king, now upright, ready to give mature, healthy love. You have the other person who I believe is probably the manifestor of the group, who is overjoyed. Honestly, if you've watched any tarot, you know that the Sun is the happiest card in the deck. And if you watch me deal out these cards, you know that they flipped out by themselves. And what I really like about this is that collectively you share the ability to manifest, and you have relinquished your power to one another. Aries energy, Leo energy, yes, but what's important about this is that it's not ego driven, right? You have relinquished your power to one another. Very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Let's see. Give me two. One more. No, not all those. Get one more. One more for Virgo, please. Just one more. Perfect. Okay. So you have, see, you're both open to receive, and you both have these wonderful expectations. If your self-worth isn't on point right now, it will be, because my God, what a beautiful reading. I wish you all the luck, and the only thing I ask of you is to come back and tell me when the wedding is. Namaste.